over the ramp. There. Oh! Over the kick. Oh, he's gone! The water feature. Oh, no! Flat out fork truck, off they go. Rear wheel steering down the ramp. Over the first. Oh, he's gone! Straight away! Rear wheel steering, who'd have thought it? Didn't even get down the first ramp, did he? Oh, they're devastated. Look at this. The first ramp, the back end goes, and wallet. Oh! Good time invasion. Two drivers, which we don't often see. Matt at the front and Aaron at the back. So, and look at this. It splits in two. So there's the big reveal. It's a double soapbox. Now, can they keep it together? Oh, no, they can't. Look at them in the back. It was Aaron at the back who lost it first, and he took Matt with him. Well, they're okay, but the moment the back went, the front couldn't go with it, and all of a sudden the balance had gone. Watch this. There you see the back go, and it drags the front with it. The minute you lose the back, you can't keep the front. Look at the size of these wheels. They shouldn't buckle, put it that way. Whether he can steer it remains to be seen. Being very cautious at the top. Squeeze of the brakes. He's got no idea of the perils of the handlebar control system. Right then, here's the burn. Here's the burn. Oh, look at that! Oh, there's the burn! Oh, my word! There are tyres, safety tyres behind there, but you just can't see them. He went straight over the top of it. Look at that, straight over the back of it. That's a long way down. How the soapbox didn't land on him, I'll never know. The dam busters, no problem with the wedge. Two drivers this time as well. Wonder whether that might make a difference. The driver at the back, significantly higher. Just about made it over the wedge. Lots of speed. Can they keep it straight? Over the apples and pears. So far, so good. Will the wings help over the kicker? Lots of weight to this vehicle. Down it comes. Here we go over the kicker. Oh, it's a big crash. It's a big crash for the dam busters. They came down head first over the kicker. Just look at the impact. Face first into the asphalt, just short of the finish line. He's okay. And the soapbox is designed to look like trash. If it drives like trash, they could be in trouble. Oh, the early speed, oh, the early wobble, and then the straw bales, and he's out. He's out. He lasted seconds, didn't he, Alan? Knows what the concrete feels like now, doesn't he? Always doomed to failure, that one. He'll need some help, I think, because there's not much left of it. That wheel is not in great shape, is it? He's done well to get it moving again, bearing in mind he's effectively on three wheels now. Oh, he's gone again, he's gone again, he's gone again. It's the soapbox equivalent to going over the handlebars. There we go, oh, there you go. Exit stage right, Alan. So there we go. And on Alan's 50th, he gets to ride the track here at Alexandra Palace in the birthday cake. Soapbox into Lido. Big splash. Got a face full there, Alan, didn't he? This team from Glasgow. The cake starts to fall apart over Lollydrop, and it's making steering difficult. Look, he can't hold it. He's gone. They've gone. And he couldn't steer it, look, and he's gone one way and the other, and the momentum was all against him. And in the end, they roll out. They're both okay, but it was spectacular. And there is the good old meat cleaver, bolted firmly on the front of Salam Baghini as they go slamming down the track here in Turin. Good start made as well. Lots of early speed all around the berm. I thought it was good, but you cannot nosedive into the hay bales like that. There was just too much speed, not enough control, and the sausage has gone for a real Burton on the berm here in Turin. The ambulance is off and on its way through the car wash, and this is where you start to pick up speed. It gets downhill fast from here. They're slightly slower through there, and they're a bit more successful through there, and they're wobbly through the water and down. Well, they've done the hard bit. Nobody else had got through the tunnel without crashing. They've done that, and then they got that much speed over the water, they got no control. Look how it took off there, and then straight left into the straw bales. It's very small, one of the smallest ones that we've seen today, and the back door open already. And a little bit wobbly over the kicker, still a little bit wobbly through the chicane as well. A little bit straighter now and picking up speed. Oh, he couldn't hold it. Couldn't hold it. The writing was on the wall the moment it started to wobble, and when it starts to go like that, and it's quite a tall soapbox, you can never get it back. Look at it go. Spectacular end to that run. Nico is the co-pilot. Juho is the pilot, and off they go. Let's see whether the poachers... Oh! I was going to say, see whether the poachers get caught by the gamekeepers. They actually got caught by the berm. A lot of speed, too fast, too tight. And Nico exited stage left. Espanta Moville, based on wacky races. A little bit like the Gruesome Twosome's car, isn't it, which is on the way down. Looks nice. Oh, didn't do very well, and he's come out hard there. Front end catches the turn, and watch out, he gets catapulted out of the car. That's not his head, by the way, that is false, so that's good news. But the straw bales came in handy. Oh, look at the... Oh, dear. All about a big push-off. 32 for the performance. Over we go, down the ramp. Oh, he's lost it straight away. He's lost it straight away. They never got the soapbox moving forward. Never had the balance. You can see it just never, ever got going properly down the start ramp. Applause from the crowd. I'm really pleased to see that the Lazio is actually going to be okay. Well, so down they go. I'm not actually sure whether he can see properly from the position where he's steering, but that might become apparent further down the run. Anyway, they're safely through the chicane. Quick look over the top just to make sure they're heading in the right direction. Part of it's gone at the top already. This is not looking good at this stage for La Locchia. Round the berm, do they keep it high? Oh, they've caught the front wheel on the hay bale. Well, they were trying to get high. All they found was the hay bale and tipped it over. The Power Rangers, it's big and bulky through the smoke. Do they take the bridge? Do they take the water? They take the bridge. This is where it starts to get quick. It's relatively gentle at the top, and then it gets really quick, and it doesn't help when your soapbox is falling apart around you. Juddering down the track. This is where it's a real test for the pilot. There's a kicker, they caught that. I don't know where the wheels are at the moment. Oh, there they are, at the back. Oh, there they go. He took months to build and about 3 seconds to smash to smithereens. That kicker's causing a real problem just there. And there we go. Wow. They want to be the toast of the town. Before that, they've got to get down to the bottom in one piece. So the big steel toaster about to go over the steelworks, and it's wobbling all over the place, and it won't get there. It was wide, and it was wobbly, and the hay bales were just waiting to be hit. They couldn't miss it. Look how intricate the design is. Will it be strong enough, and will it be fast enough? Off they go. So much work that's gone into it. All of those man-hours putting together one of the best-looking soapboxes that we've seen. Oh, it's not lasted long, has it? All that work, and they didn't get through the first chicane. Oh, dear me. You've got to feel for them. They've worked for so long on it. Look at it here. It's just too high. It's too high and too narrow. It's like a shopping trolley going through there. It's meant to look like a sheep pen. Whether it's good downhill, we'll wait and see. And the early indications are that it's not, because he's hit the bale straight away there. Let's see whether they can get this thing straight, get it moving and keep it under control. Too sure at the moment. He's trying to lean. Oh, he's got to get along. He's trying to lean. You can't use your body in a sheep pen, hurtling down St Patrick's Hill. That's what it looked like to the driver. He knew, didn't he, early that he was going there. Now we've got Bunny Slipper, which is modelled on a rabbit, as you can see. That it's set off at a pretty good pace as well. It looks a little bit flimsy to me, but we'll just wait and see. It really is flying at the moment. Takes off a bit. I think one of the eyes have gone over the ramp. One eye, two ears, plenty of speed at the minute. So that's where the berm would be. Oh, he's gone. Couldn't get round the bend, could he? He nearly copped a bit of whiplash from the bunny ear as well. But Bunny Slippers has come to grief. Couldn't quite spin the back end around, picking up lots of speed. The She-Vengers, and as you can see, it is a superhero-inspired soapbox. Here they go towards the water. Over the water. Oh, spun it! Look at that! They've lost most of it. Hannah really concentrated. Here's the water. Look at that. The wheels and the axles couldn't handle the landing. Nothing that Hannah could do to keep it in a straight line. And they set off towards the first obstacle, which is the first jump. Nice, comfortable landing for Les Cavemen over that. Moving towards the kicker and then this sharp right-handed turn, which is a real test. They've taken that. Here we go, over the kicker. Now they've got to turn sharp right, which they try and do, and they lose it. They're both okay, but you can see how hard it is to get over the jump and turn right and keep that soapbox in the right line. And off they go. Team Asphalt Killer, looking for someone to really take a strong hold of this competition. That was big air over the kicker. That's as good as we've seen over there. And over the water too. A little bit bouncy, but the pilot there, Andrea, managing to keep it going. Here we go through the chicane. Oh, up on 2 wheels through there and then over on the other side. Over-corrected it. Up on 2 wheels. I thought they got it back down again, and in doing that, lost it the other way through the chicane. Down towards the finish line, but it's that spill that's cost them 118.46 and another one for fun at the end. 3 wheels, 1 at the front, 2 at the back. Handlebar steering system, and the berm is first, and he does go high, and he does get the slingshot, which gives a bit of speed at the top of the circuit. Too much speed at the top of the circuit. I was just about to praise him and say this is as good as we've seen, but he couldn't get around that sharp bend and get in line for the first kicker. Tabiba is next, and it looks quite sturdy, this one. Looks quite streamlined as well. Looks like it's got a pretty solid chassis underneath everything, and it's just gone through there like an arrow. Look, no problem whatsoever. Brushing those straw bales aside. Here's the first kicker. Nosedives into the tarmac after the takeoff, and nosedives on landing. When you go too quickly into that kicker, it just messes up the whole design of your soapbox, and then you go down with such force that it does irreparable damage to the front of the soapbox. No mummy required. And the baby stroller theme, because in 2012 2 teammates got married and had a child. So off we go. Over the road banks, and over the road banks. And then hit the side of the ramp, look, and that's what's lifted them over. It looks relatively streamlined, doesn't it? It's got those narrow wheels that are quite big, that can sometimes pose a problem. It's okay at the moment, although a little bit wobbly, and they're just grazing the bales. They're okay to keep it going, though. Could have lost it there. Now they're starting to pick up some momentum, and the wheels have gone. Out goes the Gorilla. When you use those big pram wheels, they just can't take the weight, certainly on a twisty circuit like this one here in Montreal. Wide at the front, narrow at the back, small wheels at the front, big ones at the back. Interesting design. Will it work? Great on-board shot there to show you how narrow this course is. Bone shaker, no problem, which is good news for them. He's just fighting the steering now, isn't he, there? Catches the bales, and again. Well, he caught it with the back wheel first, and then the front wheel was completely out of line, and away you go. There's the initial contact, and he's lost it there. Let's see what a platypus does here in Madrid. Moving down towards the water. First real challenge. A little bit wobbly. Oh, he's bouncing through there. He's okay. He says, come on, he says to the crowd. He's loving it. Look at him. He's fine up in there. Now the whale tail. I'd hold on to that steering wheel, says, here's the whale. Oh, he's bouncing. Oh, he's gone. Look at the wheels at the back. Too much height, too much hair, and when it came down, bang, the 2 wheels came off. And that soapbox is getting no further. Over the piston, using the brakes as well to make sure it doesn't veer off course. These big soapboxes, these tall soapboxes, sometimes lose their way on the way down, hence why the driver has to be pretty careful on the brakes. Now the steel works with that drop on the other side, and there's the drop on the other side. The poor old dinosaur's head now scraping on the tarmac. And his nose is going to get a right old rattle over the bone rattler in a minute as well. There's the bone rattler. Oh, the head's gone. Well, it's not quite gone, has it? It's just stopping the momentum now of Deeply Dippy that might well ground to an unspectacular halt at this point. It was always doomed for failure, this one. Fantastic to look at. Just not quite practical enough for a day like this here at Ali Pali. Hoosier Wings. It's a Minions-based soapbox. It's a unique way to steer this soapbox. Look, the steering system is actually behind the fella's back, which, well, what else is going to happen? What else is going to happen apart from that? You cannot steer a soapbox with the handlebars behind you. What were they thinking? The whole thing looks back to front. I think they might have got in the wrong way round. History tells you soapboxes built like this do tend to be quite quick. Got to concentrate through the berm, got to get the line right, otherwise you've got no chance. He's got in quite narrow, and he's going to lose it! Yeah, he's going to lose it. When you go in narrow like that, you can't really stop the back end from coming round. If you try and go too narrow, you've got no chance. If your wheel falls off, you've got even less. Just going back in time, the last time I saw a soapbox modelled on a sportsman, Usain Bolt went right into the crowd at Ali Pali a few years ago. Let's see how LeBron James does here in Cincinnati today. Oh, his head's gone into the bales! And Jacob has come flying off. No control at all. Here we go, look, on board. Lost control, can't turn it, too skiddy. And LeBron's gone head first into the bales. He's smiling and enjoying it. And they're on the way down, confident enough to wave to the crowd. Over that one, no problem. Thought that might be a problem, nose first, but it was okay. The steps are going to be the next problem. Here we come. Keep your fingers crossed for them over here. No problem at all. Okay. Now it starts to get serious. Over the water on the cobbles that makes it difficult, but it's going to be no problem for this team over the finish line in a time of 42.39. It's based on the Dragon Ball Z, the Japanese animation show. Miguel and Camilo are the two guys who are trying to steer this soapbox down from top to bottom, but they're really slick and really smooth. Just a slight wobble there around that bend, but they're okay at the minute. Over the final ramp, and oh, didn't quite get to the finish. They nearly took the cameraman out as well. How do you go wrong just there? It's long and it's narrow and it's streamlined and it's over the kicker. This one's quite a long soapbox, which might be a problem around the berm. Oh, it is a problem, because he couldn't get it round the corner. It forgot to turn left. Gidrius, the pilot, picture of concentration, but he's nowhere near as quick as he was through the water. I think the wheels are a bit skew-whiff, aren't they? I thought that might happen. Here's the bone rattler. The left one's not even touching the tarmac, but the nose is touching the straw bales. In fact, it was more than touching. It went smashing into there, didn't it? Three-man team from Sydney. They're bike wheels, by the way, on the soapbox, and they bought them for $15 from a scrap. Oh, it's gone already. They seem to pay too much for the wheels because the back right's gone. $15, wow. They saw them coming through the water and not much further. Look at the state of that. Christian is the pilot. Kurt is the co-pilot. Mexican chili on the way. Taking it nice and steady at the moment. Well, I'm surprised they've got this far, I've got to be honest. Still okay, still okay. Oh, he's not now! I would think that's left a graze on the elbow. Oh, look at that. Right then, Invert Racing team. And there is the upside-down car, which is quite spectacular to see. So they're coming down here towards the water, which is the first obstacle, and trying to pick up as much speed as they possibly can. Into the water! Oh, into the water and not very far. And I wonder whether they've done a bit of damage there to the water feature. It's certainly done damage to the soapbox. I'm not sure whether it's done damage to the feature too. This is fast. Here's the kicker, and a good little leap over there by this team. Down towards the finish, picking up speed all the time. And then the little speed bump at the end just to test the soapbox again. And down towards the finish line. Can they stop it? 36.11. Oh, straight in, nose first. If it gets dark, we won't lose these guys, will we? So off they go, with slightly bigger wheels at the back than we see at the front. And already maybe one or two signs it's not that easy to control. He's very high, the driver, and he just went up onto two wheels there. Over Dutch mountains. Oh, the head's gone. Oh, he's gone. He's completely gone. Nobody can steer. Oh, he's into the crowd. What a spectacular ending that was. Let's hope everybody's okay. There's the driver, that's where he comes to grief. He's gone at this point, can't hold on. Now the poor fellow in the back can't do anything about it but fly over the barriers and into the crowd as well. Don't go anywhere. This is not the time to go and get a drink, people. Watch this one. This is a gentleman on a very unsteady oh, he's gone through the smoke. It's a fella on a very unsteady bicycle going down a very difficult track on a rainy day in Paris. Over the kick, oh, he's gone! How predictable was that? Get after your bike, sunshine! How predictable was that? That might actually get to the finish without him. This could be the time of the day. Stop that bike. Watch him here. Oh, look at that. Blimey. The soapbox went 100 yards without him. Absolutely brilliant. That's one of my favourites. It's called the Pope-mobile, this one. Well, that's not the best push-off, is it? Don't lose your feet at that point. Down goes the Pope-mobile, which looks a cross between a milk float and a golf cart and a pizza delivery wagon. But around the berm they go. And he's still waving away at the back. I'm not too sure many Popes have travelled down in this kind of style or at this kind of speed. So far, so good for the Pope-mobile. They could do with a bit faster. Over the kicker they go. Oh! What about that? The Popes have nosedived over the ramp. They did the kicker, they couldn't do the ramp. Look at this. Boom! Oh, that's got to hurt. On board, you can see the carnage it caused. Fear that the parachutes out the back might well be scrubbing off a fair deal of speed. And you've got to get some speed if you want to win it today. Let's see whether this one can fly through the water feature. Oh, no! Oh, no! Spectacular! It's a nosedive. Mighty, magnificent men face first at Ali Pali. So down they go. Looks very, very flimsy around the tube. Oh, look at that! You've got to steer it. They're in the crowd at the start. They went straight left off the start ramp initially, never got to the second ramp. Watch this. Down the initial ramp and then straight left, and they've not even got past the opening start point. He's got his game face on, the driver Sidesh. Off they go down the ramp. Can they get some early speed? Well, they're all over the place to start with. Manages to get around the berm, which probably came in the nick of time. Doesn't seem to be the easiest soapbox to steer. Moving down towards the kicker. Oh, he's decided to go left and into the straw. Lost his helmet too. The kicker that did it never really regained control. The Pokemon's head went and then split, and then the bales were run into. But whether they can get it restarted, we'll wait and see. The wheels are all over the place. Look, one's bent one way, one's bent the other. It's going to give it a go. More debris from the soapbox. Still going, still struggling, still fighting with it to try and keep it in a straight line. He can see the finish line now if he can get there. Still going, he's getting quicker. Oh, he's out! Onto the tarmac, just when he started to see the finish line, he could almost feel it, and he lost it. Moving down towards the water. This is going to test the strength of this soapbox. Through the water just about. The whale tail's going to be a real challenge. Here we go then, moment of truth. Is it going to be strong enough? Will the wheels hold up? Hit the whale tail. The wheels won't hold up, of course they won't. We all know those wheels won't hold up. We all watch the Red Bull Soapbox Race. We all know pram wheels aren't strong enough. And we all knew that when they got to the whale tail, that was going to be it for today. Look at that. Gone. These long vehicles don't tend to do very well. They were OK through the berm and nice and quick through the car wash. The first test is coming out the tunnel, heading down towards the water feature. Look how fast they are through there, blimey, look at that. Oh, they've wrecked it. They came down that hill like a bat out of hell and couldn't hold on to it. Watch this, look how fast they are through there. The front one takes off, the back one follows it. And there's only one thing that can happen after that. Look at the faces on the crowd. Wow. Sitting side by side proudly at the front of the soapbox. Is it going to be a turbo or is it going to be a tortoise? Or might it be a combination, which is what they're hoping for? And there's the berm and it's spun and they've lost one of them. The berm is causing so many problems here today. Kekken Pulu, Jesse the pilot. Oh, they've gone straight away. They've not even touched the tarmac. What's this? The wheels have just gone. Right, try again. I tell you what, Keke Rosberg wouldn't have finished the race in that. Oh, there's the bales. What's the matter with the steering? Dear me. Oh. Go on, give it a push over the kicker. There we go. Oh, it's gone. Look at the wheels now. So off goes Temple Run. Nice and narrow, nice and streamlined. 2 occupants in the soapbox. Oh, they've gone left straight away. Well, I said 2 occupants in the soapbox. All of a sudden, there were none. There we go. Got to get further than that, I'm afraid. They will try and get all the way down, though. It's what the competitors do. As long as you finish, that's what matters. Oh, he's gone again, look. Yeah, I think we've got to write this one off, really. The Sunset Cruisers. Looks quick, though, doesn't it? Straight into stride. Lots and lots of speed through that particular section as they move towards Steelworks, but every time it gets quick, it starts to wobble at the front. Oh, they've lost it altogether! And that's why we've got the crash barriers here today. They were starting to lose it there and never got it back again. And it was all over just after Steelworks. They didn't get very far at all. And they're going to get a big cheer as they make their way down towards the finish. It looks actually better since they got rid of all of the bodywork which came off.
can see the design there over the factory. Oh, he's going to go again. That's even worse than before. Oh, dear me. He can only see out of one eye for a start, which can't be helping, but they just got no control over that soapbox at all.
Can Superman get them down and off to a good start? If you can find some speed in the early part of this circuit, then you really can post a quick time. Over the jump for the first time, it's quite wide and it's already started to fall apart. The shower's gone, the chicane causes a problem. The shower curtain's blowing behind them, look, as they go through the gravel trap, picking up speed all the time. They're okay so far. Don't forget, they promised us they'll win. Oh, it's gone, look at that. The wheels have completely gone and they will not complete the course. And the confidence they showed at the top of the run comes to nothing. You can see the wheels just completely go. I mean, what I'm taken by is the look on the duck's face as the whole thing just seems to disintegrate around him. The shower curtain's still there, but not much else.
Now it comes down to the wedge. And it's a neat run so far. It's pretty smooth and it's pretty fast. And the kart's still in one piece. Can they navigate the difficult section of the course, though? It's the same old story. Here we go then with the apples and pears. Absolutely bolts over that. Couple of bounces on the landing. The rocket powering down the slopes at Alexandra Palace. Over the kick. Here we go! He nosedives! And he flips it over. And he's on his side. And it seemed that that was going to be one of the better runs of the day. So much speed, so smooth, and the shape of it actually cost him because he went nose first into the track. Thought he might save it, down he went in a heap.
Space out, and they've gone for 3 wheels here, they say, to reduce drag. The driver, by the way, is Callum Meyer, who's trying to steer space out down to the bottom, and he's taking a risk there and he's lost it. You've got to know when to use the brakes, and he didn't know when to use the brakes, and he's gone smashing into the barrier. Just too quick, look, the wheels are up. You can't hold it then. It's just like a big X-ray box. I think we can all see through this lot, can't we? Got a decent push-off at the top of the ramps. Oh, they've gone straight away. They never even had to turn it. They just flipped it before they got to the first corner. Look at that. So they are going to try and get down to the bottom, and people will help them as much as they can. Little look into the crowd, celebrate towards the finish, and over the line. Into me. Oh, he's gone again. Dear me. Co-pilot behind pilot, and we'll see how this works. They've made the soapbox for the people in the home, and they're cheering them on today, hoping they can do well. Oh, he's lost his balance at the front. He nearly went there. He's managed to get back in. The water nearly chucks him out altogether. He even managed to hang on to the sunglasses, but he's gone now. Straight over the straw bales. So our cup is next, with a performance score of 33, and they've rolled it before the bottom of the ramp. They've travelled about 20 yards, and there's not much left of it. It took a long time to build. It didn't take too long to break into pieces. Now they've got to try and keep the animals in, get it turned around and get going again in the right direction. There we go. It's an old-fashioned piece of rope to steer it, look. It's 2017, lads. Down they go anyway. Arc up next. How can you possibly hope to steer that down this course with 2 pieces of rope? Oh, he's gone again, look. As you can see, the feet are firmly planted on the steering mechanism. They promised 70 kilometres an hour. It's nowhere near that at the moment. Through the chicane, okay, despite the fact it's so wide and it hardly fits. The ramp makes it wobble, but they're still going around the berm. Now, how does the Magic Cat do around the berm? It gets round the berm. It's still going. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Down goes the Magic Cat. It was all looking so promising, and then too much weight on the right side. He couldn't steer it with his feet, and down it goes. The cat was tragic, not magic. Killer Unicorn is next. It looks anything but a Killer Unicorn. And it's already in terrible shape at the top. Look at it at the back. He can't keep it straight. My word. I'm not sure those wheels are round, are they? Off he goes. That's what it looks like from the inside. Ben is the driver. That's the bone shaker. Oh, it's gone now, look. Oh dear. Killer Unicorn back on the road. Still a fair way to go. He's lost it again, look. Off they go. The moment of truth for Gromit's Comet. Ollie behind the wheel. Sam, Duncan and Natasha, the rest of the team following down behind. Here's the water, the Lido, no problem.
And in the main, it's in one piece, and he's keeping it going. And it looks nice and easy to steer, and there's a big air. Oh, look at that for an off. He managed to keep it going. I think it frightened the life out of Ollie there. And lots of speed through there, and that's where he lost it. Look, it was the front end and then the back end, and he could never get it back again. You don't need me to tell you that it's based on Star Wars, so there you go. But we're going to find out whether youth wins over experience. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, no, they don't. Fellas, you've got to get past the start ramp. Look at this, watch this. Here we go. That's an absolute disgrace. Look at that. Oh, bang, cheers. It's a dry day, and that's not going to help him in any way, shape or form. He needs a bit of water. He's through there. He's going to go again here. Look at this. Oh, here he goes. The fella in the leather jacket's come out. Look at this. Oh, can't steer it, can't steer it, can't steer it, can't stop it. Ah! There we go. Exit stage left. I'm led to believe that two of them are good mechanics, so no excuses if this one doesn't work. There's the chicane. OK through there. He elected to go in a straight line. I can't really understand why more haven't done that up to now. The thin wheels at the front, slightly narrower than the two at the back. Here's the next chicane. Oh! Got to remember to turn there. And those, oh, look at the wheels. The wheels have got no chance. The two at the back are the smallest I've ever seen. The two little stabilisers. This is like trying to ride a push bike down the course. Here's the samurai gate, which is bouncy. Now the pilot's got to pick the kicker after the seesaw, so that's okay. Pick the first kicker. Now we've got the, oh, they're going to do both of them. There you go, you've only got to do one. Okay, here's the berm. Going to go high, going to go, oh, he's done it, he's managed. Oh, he's going to get round, is he going to get round? Oh, breathe in, there we go, oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. We can all see what might happen, and I don't know about you, but I was leaning with him. And around come Team Crocs and Socks towards the first obstacle for them, and they sail through there. That was really nicely taken through the berm. Not too high, not too low, nice and quick. Here's the kicker, over we go. Oh, it's gone, look, the suspension. Front left as you look at it. Off he goes, Gorbistec factory team. Down they go, picking up speed. Oh, the head's gone, lizard's gone. They're into the hay bales. He's hardly got anywhere at all. We can't get out of the wire mesh. I think the bearded dragon won that one, didn't he? Francois is the driver, and they've tried to make a portion of chips quite streamlined here. So far, so good. Nice and smooth through there. These are the hairpins, those sharp bends that are difficult if you're going too fast. He's wrestling with it now, he's gone. You start to get faster and faster and faster. You go wider and wider and wider, and then you take a big bite of the straw bales like that. Okay then, here we go. Oh, he's rolled again. He's rolled again, chips everywhere. Seems to be a little bit nervous, doesn't he, the pilot, when he's got to make sure that he can keep it in a straight line. Here's that sweeping turn. They're okay through there, just about. Started to get quick now. Here's the kicker. He's got that wrong, hasn't he? Got that terribly wrong. It's a really nice looking soapbox, isn't it, with lots and lots of work gone into it. And off they go, over the first ramp. The wheel's okay at the moment. In fact, they might have lost one at the back. I think one of the wheels has just wobbled off. They're still going. I'm pretty sure we will see. Oh, there's another one. Oh, they've lost two. Both back wheels have gone. Well, they didn't work well enough. And the Guardians of Montreal haven't got very far at all. They're all pals from university studying aviation. They're a brainy bunch. Daniel is the pilot. You would expect this team to know what they're doing in terms of, oh no, they've gone straight away. Well, I was just about to say, you'd expect this team to know a little bit about the engineering side of making a soapbox, and the wheel lasted about 50 yards. The soapbox meets all of the required security measures. It's got airbags, a seatbelt, and a fire extinguisher. And when they were testing this, they accidentally drove it into a canal, so they should be okay with the water. They're okay over the kicker, just about. Oh, the blue flashing lights on the front. They're just missing a siren. Oh, there's the berm. Oh, just about. And then we see it go in. A little bit too tight. Look, can't have the big off on the berm and be competitive, I'm afraid. It's the youngest team today, so let's get them off down the ramp in the sunshine and see how Relentless Extinguisher will do. Oh, it's done nothing. It's gone straight into the straw. They've got about 25 yards. Look at the state of the wheel. Well, they said the wheel was an issue before. It's certainly an issue now because it's in half. Watch this here on the slide. You can see the pilot there steering to the right. The soapbox has gone to the left. What a waste of time that was.
A lot of speed there. Despite the fact they've lost part of the back, the twin rollers were easily navigated. And they're absolutely flying down here. This is really good for speed. There's the kicker. We've got this big bend coming up now, and they're taking plenty of speed into it. This is going to be interesting. Can they get round? We're okay at the minute. Oh, it's gone too wide. Just took too much speed in there. So much optimism because they were flying down the course. Dana is the pilot and really excited by the prospect. They've got those wheels tilted in, angled inwards, which I don't like. I'm a bit of a wheel enthusiast, as you can tell. The key to a good soapbox is strong wheels. Very difficult to control. They're gone already. The minute you catch the wheel like that against the straw, it just bends them all out of shape. Drinking tea on the way down. They're smiling. They've got the cakes. They're all good. And they're coming up to this big sweeping left-hander that can cause a problem, potentially, especially with the slick tarmac surface with the water on it today. No problem through there. Now coming up to the water feature, which has not got a great deal of water in it, but it does slow down your progress. So off they go. So far, so good. Oh, they've just spun it round there. They've just caught it. It's wide, isn't it? And it's narrow there. That's where the course narrows, and they just caught that bale on the way through. Watch this left-hand side, just lost a little bit of control, and that's where they came to grief. They're a local crew, and they tried the soapbox at home, and they tell us that it worked fine. Whether it will today, I'm not sure. Look at those thin, big wheels. It's not working very well now, is it? The idea is you get it down the ramp. If you can't get it down the ramp, it's not... I don't think it's going to go, this one, is it? Look at it now! Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. They're not going to go, look at it!